What's good, guys? Welcome back to another episode of G&G News. We're going to be comparing two products together today. So on my left hand side you can see my budget product, which is the 2DS, which I bought a few years ago, and on the right hand side you can see the 3DS XL. So you're probably wondering, what is the main difference between the two of these? This is a budget version of a 3DS, or the 2DS XL. So this version obviously doesn't fold. Of course, not being 3D, it doesn't have the slider on the side of it, being a 3D device as well. It's made out of a cheaper sort of plasticky type material as well, only having one speaker instead of having two speakers, and it's just quite a cheap type product. This one's designed more for children. I know these are children's gaming consoles, but this one is designed for more kids in mind, due to the fact that it being cheaper and being a little bit less on the wallet. So back in the day when I bought this, the first one of these that I bought brand new was like £50, and this one right here I got for like 20 quid at some point in Hereford. So it's not too expensive, but because of all the reselling that's going on right now, this is now worth like £70. This one is worth 150. So it goes to show you the price difference. If you were to buy this brand new back in the day, these are £150. You could still buy them for £150 now because they are collector's items. Obviously I didn't pay that, I paid a fraction of that price. So some other things to compare. So as I said, this one is a revised budget model, which basically doesn't support the 3D function. As I said, it's a wedge design, so you're probably wondering, what is a wedge design? It's this very thick, wedgy type design to it. It has an SD card and a SDHC card compatibility, so you can put up to a 32 gig memory card inside of this bad boy. It has a mono speaker output, stereo speakers with the headphones as well. So let me just tell you some facts now, obviously, about the 3DS XL. And the 3DS XL has obviously the biggest screen size and resolution, one of the most expensive consoles that they have to date from their handheld range. Looks a lot better, of course, obvious things. Fully closes, as you can see here. Another thing as well with this, it has two speakers instead of one. This one only has one speaker, so obviously a better sound quality coming out of it. Improved screen, better LCD. Another thing as well that is slightly different, as you can see just on the bottom here, only one home button. We have the home button, we have a start and select button as well. Feels a lot better. This is a lot lighter as well compared to having the 2DS XL, or the 2DS that you see in front of you just there. As it's a okay console to have. But this one being a cheaper sort of console, one thing I will say, after time, wear and tear wise, they do break down a lot easier. The 3DS XL as well, something that my only thing that I would say is better on this than this console is if I want to connect to the internet, just by here, there's a little hinge that I've got to press, whereas this one, they decided to cheap out on it, but as you can see, that little light flashes. I don't have to press a hinge in order to essentially activate the internet. That is the only thing that I will say about this console that is better in any way at all than the 3DS XL. But I would definitely say to you guys that the 3DS XL is a way better console due to having a bigger screen. Not just the screen alone. There are so many things about this console that I would potentially say make it just way better than having a 2DS. So now online it's saying 2DSs go for around £99. The 3DS XL goes to up to £179. So I'm just going to give you some facts for a second. So the height of the 2DS, the width is 144 millimeters, height is 127 millimeters, and the depth is 20.3 millimeters. The 3DS XL, the width is 156 millimeters, so it is wider. The height is 93 millimeters, so it is shorter, and the depth is 22 millimeters when it is closed. So there are some of the size comparisons for you of it. The good thing as well, if you have a 2DS or a 3DS, you can still play 3DS games in a 2DS. You just won't have the 3D function of it. And you can use these as well to play DS games and DSi games. But in my personal opinion, and obviously this is the reason why you are here for this video, do not cheap out and get one of these. Over time, these wear down. you know, if you want to have a proper Pokemon experience, I would definitely recommend that you get this one. The battery life on this isn't the greatest either. I found that when this did used to work, this would last for about 3 or 4 hours. I could play this majority of the day, and you know, after a good long gaming session, about 8-9 hours, it would then start to die. The 2DS, I would definitely say, is for more younger viewers. You know, say you've got more than one child, like you've got 2 or 3 kids, it would be cheaper on your wallet to buy these, and they're a bit more durable because of the hard plastic that they're made from, to break. Whereas one of them, you could literally snap that in half, and once you snap this part of the screen, once you snap the little coil that's inside of here, this whole console is completely useless. So if you're going to buy them for children, then buy this one. If you are a collector and you want to play like Legend of Zelda, Pokemon, Metroid, Final Fantasy, Monster Hunter, whatever it is for yourself, personally, I would buy this one. Better console, feels better, made from better materials, bigger screen, the 3D capability, just a bigger display, obviously, because if you're an adult, you know, you're not going to be wanting to look at a smaller sort of display. You want to look at something like that. But make sure you get a case, because the only thing I'll say with the 3DS, the material that it's made from, it's quite glossy, so it will stain and get blemishes very easily. So please make sure that, obviously, you look after it when you do. And they both take the same memory card as well. So say you were upgrading from your 2DS to your 3DS or your 3DS XL, you could literally just transfer the memory card across. But in my own personal opinion, this is way better of a device. It just feels better, you know. It feels more premium. And as I said, these are starting to become like rare type collector's items. So if you can get your hands on one of these, then please do so, as you know, you could essentially be in with something very, very cool. As you can see, I got some Pokemon games on here. I've also got a Monster Hunter game as well. I've actually got the full Monster Hunter game. Because if I do, I might actually do some gameplay of that maybe very, very soon. But yeah, my comparison of these two consoles, as I said, if you want to go for the cheaper alternative and you're buying it for kids, go for this one. If you want to go for, you know, more of a console for yourself, or maybe someone who's a bit older, I would go for this one. In all personal honesty, they're two great consoles, two great devices. Big shout out to Nintendo and everybody who's got one. Obviously, I'm going to be back on my Pokemon grind very, very soon. I might actually start doing some competitive play if it's still available. So yeah. And as you can see, game now loading. Right, I don't know how that's happened. I think the guy who sold me this console forgot to wipe the console, because I have Monster Hunter 3 Ultimate and I never bought this. And we also have a save here. Okay, there isn't a save. Oh wow, I can select a character. Can I actually? Well, I can probably like make and select my character. That's pretty cool. Oh, that's so cool. I can like make a character, give him a name. You may see some gameplay of this coming very, very soon. But yeah, another thing to add into my games. So yeah, thank you all for watching. This has been JNG News. Don't forget to subscribe. Turn on post notifications if you haven't done already. And thank you all for watching. Have a lovely day, guys.